Copy that, Frazzy. Yeah, it's been pretty volatile so far in here. All right, baby. Love you. Damn, sold too early. There's a lot of buying here. I got this set up right here, so I think I'm going to try this long. Hey, good morning, Hogwarts. After all this, these large buys, this absorption right here, if we reverse from here and start going down, I'm going to anticipate we got a lot more downside. Frazi, interested to know what you're anticipating from a volatility standpoint, news based. Close to triple witching day based. Definitely got some absorption here at 24,450. Potentially a passive seller holding price down up here. Tough. Essentially, this level here is a pivot. I have a potential long and short from here. Actually already took a short down to here. So if we rip through these buyers and this absorption level right here, it might be a quick flip for me if we do that. Yeah, real spook. Hit it pretty hard pre-market. And actually yesterday I had some good ones off stream. Right after, I ended the stream, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a pretty big dump. So here is when we closed, and then I went short. All right, looking like a possibility here of a reversal. If that's the case, we got nothing but short here. Just lower highs. I'm going to add right there. I'm hoping this support right here holds. Nice. Nice, real spook. Oh, you just now closed it after yesterday? That's great. Could see an expansion right here. was hoping we wouldn't get caught up in this area around 440. Was hoping this expansion would blast through this area and keep going. Yep, agreed, Spook. Let's see if we can get an expansion through this area right here, past 24,440. Definitely looking for, I mean, this is looking like it could be a candidate for, you know, a reversal of all this short move. Crossing over this point would be a big milestone. Let's just say 24,500. That's two. Hogwarts expansion can be long or short. Expansion just means, you know, big body candles like this. All right, so coming up to this 24,500, it's going to be a key level for us to break here. Might anticipate, you know, a retest down here. Yes, I'm in long. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so even though it looks like we're coming down right now a little bit, we do have, I did see at 24,497, we had 213 contracts limit buying. So not great that we're under it right now, but it's showing intention from buyers. So let's see. Looking like we have a pullback here, but looks like we also have intentions from buyers to keep this thing up. Copy that, Frozzy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess right around this 24,533. That'll be my first TP here. If it starts looking bad, I'll probably exit up here in full. Looking like we could potentially get this pullback here. Hopefully not a reversal yet. We went from the high of the range yesterday to already the low of the range this morning. On the daily, looking bearish. What data do we have coming in, Frozzy? Not sure I want to hold through a deeper pullback if we're coming down. So I might start de-risking if we start coming down to these lows again. Little aggression here on the buyer side, 24,490. A little stack on the offer. Copy. Looking like this VWAP top tap is possible right here. A little bit of buying support down here at 24,500 and 24,497. But let's see, right up here at 24,503, we had a little bit of aggression from the buyers. Now I'm seeing it follow through. Buyers up top, support right here as well. 24,522 is where we found that support. Damn, new candle right there at the VWAP. We got a little support down here at 24,512. Probably don't want to be a dick for a tick though. I might. It's looking good. Support at 522 again. So I think we could get another retest up here or push through. Sellers pushing pretty hard right now, but being met by passive buyers. So looking like we could get another squeeze right here. Aggressive buyers up at 522. Sellers really pushing those still. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off right here, or take two off at least. Could be coming back for a deeper pullback after this VWAP top. So I might close everything. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and wait and see how we react here. I have a setup up here to potentially short, so I'll wait and see if we can tap that before doing anything. Let's just see how we respond. Still looking potentially long here. All right, cool, Iger. Copy that, Frazi. Looking like it could start pulling back. Could start moving down here shortly. Buyer's still aggressive in here. Let's see. Oh, Hogwarts. Sorry, man. I just saw that you asked would I stream pre-market. Sometimes I would probably be down. Sometimes I'm kind of just like not. I'm kind of getting ready for the day, and sometimes I'll take trades because I see them. So I don't know. Usually pre-market is kind of like my time to just chill, get prepared for the day, and then I'll take trades if I see them. So, but if I plan it ahead of time, I would be down. Going runners, break even here on short. Nice. Right here at this value area low, we got a low volume node. So could get a sharp reaction down here. Just FYI. If we come visit down here, it could get a sharp reaction. You can see here on cumulative volume delta, we have a divergence. We're pushing pretty damn hard, right here, which would be an indication of buyers supporting down below in this area. Doesn't mean we can't push through, but that's what's That's what this divergence is indicating, that we're pushing down hard, not getting a lot of results. Price is not moving along with cumulative volume delta. What's up, Khaled? Welcome. Good morning. Looks like buyer's still active right here. You see this buyer right here. We had a cluster on the offer. Sharp as in big bounce up. Yeah, I was looking at this low volume node here, thinking if we pull back that low volume node, I was just giving Frazi a warning, since he's short, that we could get a bounce from this area. So I'm going to be waiting up here to look for a potential short, but also want to be aware of the fact that we are, coming off a multi-day run, to the downside. Well, let's just say yesterday and then overnight last night. So, we might be due for a correction up here, but daily still looks bearish. So if we get, let me actually pull up the hourly instead. Just want to be careful that this is not a reversal here. Maybe start digging up here. So we got the 10 a.m. hourly candle that opened, came down a little bit. So this could potentially be an expansion candle, to the upside. So essentially that's what I want to watch for. If we're waiting up here, say for instance, you're waiting up here for a short, and this starts looking more like an expansion candle to the upside, we just have to be careful about taking positions up here. Looks like we had some absorption up here. Buyers trying to push it up. Sellers waiting to absorb. Let's see. More looks like a push up than a push up, and then not a lot of follow through, not a lot of buyers up around 540. Push up and then just kind of hard selling back down is what it looks like. It doesn't look like there was like any one particular area right here where we had passive sellers. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. here, you see we had that big push up. It drove price up, and then there was just no follow through from buyers. And then it came back down with a lot of aggressive sellers. So this area is around 520. We want to be watching to see, do aggressive buyers show up, or is this kind of an exhaustion move? Got some buyers around 506. Could be coming down for that deeper pullback, potentially this value area low right here. We've got a low volume node here, but wouldn't be surprised if it comes down here either to 24,440. Yeah, Frazi, I can understand that. Still looking for shorts. I think right here, since we're seeing some back and forth, I'm wondering if you caught this little move short here, Frazi. But yeah, I think right now this back and forth right here is making me want to sit out and potentially wait. Think could be a possibility to come down here, but also if we come up here, then I'll be looking for that potentially short. Right now, a lot of back and forth right here. All right, real quick, let's kind of go over what I have here for the narrative. We have overnight low. Unfortunately, this overnight low is, should be lower, but if it breaks with acceptance, closes in 5-minute negative delta, all long setups at or below this level are invalidated, and bar continuation toward previous week low, 24,313, is the active path. Prior week low break signals a multi-week liquidation event with no nearby structural support. New low territory extends to prior month structure below. Okay, if overnight value area high, 24,645, is reclaimed with positive delta and rising cumulative volume delta, sellers have lost control of overnight value area. The bearish thesis weakens materially, and the PDL previous day low short setup is invalidated. So that's if overnight value area high 645, which, let's see, we've got a little bit. So that's basically if this is invalidated up here, this area, and reclaim positive. The next one is up here. Overnight high break means the entire overnight selling wave is reversed. Regime shift in play. Short squeeze likely targeting prior regular trading hours value. Area low, 24,801, and point of control 24,900. All right, tapping into this low volume node down here. Around 24,460. So let's see if we can gain any insight here as we're tapping into this low volume node here. Do we get a sharp reaction to the upside, or does it continue going down for more? essentially what we want to see is like as we tap this low volume node, if buyers are aggressive in here, we might anticipate a continuation move to the upside. But if you see that sellers are able to keep digging into this area over and over and over, might be looking for a potential move down to the bottom of this range. Essentially we just want to know, do we have passive buyers in this area and then aggressive buyers out of it? Yeah, Hogwarts, and not that I was like anticipating that, but just wanted to watch and observe and see if that was a potential possibility there. Nice, Iger. Just trying to chill now. Okay. You can see we're digging into this again, this low volume node here. Iger, yeah, I mean, feel free to use us for your motivation to hold on to your profits, Keep communicating, and it might be helpful. Like if you start going downhill, it can just encourage you to, take some breaks or something. I am really hoping, you can make some progress with the challenges that you were talking about yesterday. Thanks for the follow, GG. And good morning. So yeah, hoping you can make some progress with that, Iger. But like I said, I'm down to hop on with you and help you figure it out as well. Trying active and stream instead of getting active in the charts. Yeah, just communicate, speak things out loud. And we can try and help you. All right, so notice how we kept digging into that low volume node here, and it was an indication that we didn't have buyers in there, at least yet. Now we're kind of tapping into this bullish shelf right here. We have this area, we got a high volume node, low volume node following up here, but sellers are really pushing this thing down right now. Frozzy, I'm hoping you're in this short because it's moving. Now, where would we anticipate some potential issues? I would say right around these buyers. Just as a next level to be watching, right around here, we had some aggressive buyers enter the market right here. So we want to see, are these guys still in play? Are they still getting aggressive here? Let me check out the footprint chart. I am seeing some aggressive buyers right around 436. Five-minute candle now 22,000. Tempted to take a long here. Definitely a good area right here if you're looking at longs. We look short on this hourly, so I think I'm going to stay out of this. And I'm not looking to take anything out of this. I'm not looking to take this short, I should say. just because I already took a short out of here, and then as we got up here, I took a long, and so I'm kind of considering this area here, um, at least as far as like like taking it every time we come back to it. I've already taken a short and a long out of this area, which was my two setups. So I'm not going to try and overuse these setups. If I do take a short, I'm going to wait until it gets up here. If it does get up there. Imbalance got balance. Sellers holding it down. Yeah, that was my read as well. Okay, let me check that out. Copy that. That's the same setting that I got for imbalances. For anybody interested, I got this up, and you feel free to check it out. It's already a favorite on your browser. Okay, nice, man. Um, yeah, I got to figure out how I want to schedule it, because if I run it too early, then we're not getting accurate um, overnight low data, and it's probably not that big of a deal, but it could change where the setup is. Essentially the setup is going to be based on, like, if we're doing like an overnight low sweep, it'll look for that overnight low and then also have confluence with other strong levels, so this setup based on previous data. So I don't know. I like having it before the open, but at the same time, it getting it too early could be just a problem, because that overnight low or overnight high might not be accurate. What's the tool? Frazi, you holding your breath over there, holding on to this short? Because this ended up being a nice one. All right, so this area right here that we're in, again, we had aggressive buyers here, absorption down here. So this would be kind of like the last line of defense for buyers right up in here. I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to say here. Last line of defense in here for bulls to keep this thing up. Otherwise, we start melting through here. I'm thinking we're taking this low and creating a new low. But if we bounce from here, I'm thinking all this could just be reversed and we could go up here. So looking for this area to cause a big reaction, basically. Hogwarts, it could start moving up from here for sure. Okay, Iger, I'm checking your screenshot out. It looks like PlayStation buttons. What's going on here? Deep Delta? Is that what it is? Starting potentially like this as a reversal, long. Yeah, we got a grass. Well, you guys can see it on the chart. I'm watching it on the footprint. Aggressive buyers from 475 to 485. Okay, interesting. Pivot points and liquidity sweeps. Let me see. So triangles, pivot points, and X liquidity sweeps. Interesting. I would guess you probably need to mess with those settings to get it a little less sensitive because you got so many X's all over here, and you probably want those liquidity sweeps to be more impactful when you see them, right? Is it? Okay. Yeah, maybe you just need to get used to reading it. Because I would think if you're seeing all those X's, and all those X's are supposed to be liquidity sweeps, I don't know. It's a lot of it's looks like a lot of potential false signals. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to read it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to look at, and you can't differentiate anything because everything looks like a liquidity sweep. Yeah. Yep. All right, buyers might be pushing up again here. Let's see. We're at 24,500, key level here. I would say key pivot point. Looking like bulls are pushing this thing up. Again, I think that, the hourly looks bearish. We could have a potential reversal out of here, but we're not seeing the intentions from bulls yet to make this an expansion candle. We could potentially have an expansion on the 11 a.m. candle. Small push down, big body up. Keeping that in the back of my mind, but for now, I have this short setup coming up here. So if we get up here, might be looking for a short. My guess would be if we get up here, the cumulative volume delta might be closer to 0, and I like trades around that 0. So it could come all the way up here, see a rejection, and this, would be coming up here to the 0 line potentially, which is right below there. Can't get super precise with that, but right around there. If this pushes up here, so from this to where we are was a push from negative 12,000 to 6,000. So we'd probably anticipate being near the 0 line. If that's the case, a little more confluence for potentially going short up here. $400 to $450 is big and balanced cluster from buyers. That's why I said it is so. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got a pretty large, 135 contracts worth on NQ. Passive buying at 24,530. You can see you got stacked imbalances above. A little bit of support down here at 520. Looks like they're getting taken out right now. All right, so we tap this again, having a reaction here from sellers again. Yeah, I could see this kind of stair stepping up right here. We got lower or higher lows being created, higher highs. This is an equal high right here. Coming back, let's see what we do. If we can find support here and then break through there potentially. But right now, kind of uncertain. This leg did not lead to a new high yet. Which I would say puts this low at risk. Yeah, yep. I think this low could be at risk right now. Let's see. Still in watch mode, really.
Yeah. And if you're still long biased, this might be your, area of interest where you're looking for buys right in here. I'm just a little worried since this high wasn't taken out. So I don't know, we might have a range in here. Yeah, let me take a look at what happened down there as we approached 460. Didn't see much happening down there except for aggressive buyers coming out of that low. Just didn't see any passive buying, really. Well, hang on. The previous candle here, we did have some passive buying around 67 and 59. Yeah, you see that 649 and 899 down there? Yeah, so also right now, just helpful to see where we are within the value area. Kind of smack dab in the middle, and we're kind of running over the point of control right now, which could be an indication of, us finding balance in here, which is not going to be great for expansion. We're kind of going above, below, the point of control, above, below. So we could be finding ourselves in a consolidation here. Yeah, I see it. Iger. I also got my footprint up. Footprint is starting to look a little less interesting, I would say. And that can definitely happen as you're running over the point of control. At least for me, I would say that this kind of just running all over the point of control is a good indication just to wait. It's just orders getting pulled in there so much, so imbalances now. There's too much imbalances now. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Looks like we could be launching longs from here. If buyers start getting hyper aggressive up here, I would anticipate this move potentially happening. But again, we are kind of just moseying around this point of control, so might not be a high level of conviction. But if buyers start getting hyper aggressive right here, I might anticipate that. I don't think I want to trade it, but buyers getting a little aggressive here. Finding a little support here at 95. Immediate rebalance here. Let's see if buyers continue getting aggressive up here or if we're kind of continuing the same moseying around, not really have a directional bias. Getting a little aggressive. There we go. Yeah, so it wasn't something I wanted to take, but you could have scalped. These ranges are deceivingly large. I mean, because right here you could have gotten quick 40 points out of that. So what I'm anticipating is if we came down here, it looked like we were kind of grinding into it, finding some support, some passive buying, probably consumed up that low volume node. Not quite, still here, crossing over the point of control. Buyers continue to get aggressive. Might anticipate this area getting hit up here. And that would, be great because it would break us out of this range that we're in. Otherwise, we continue this just running all over that point of control, just ranging in here. We break out of here, we might have some nice reactions. Maybe something like this. Or come up here and then start making a move up. I'm going to try and fix my title and my P&L calculation here. I think it might be off. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can fix this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not able to get it, but I should be. That charitable might be overriding everything else. All right, so it looks like we're still stuck in this range here. Haha, only C. Okay, you got it, man. Let's let's find that guy. He'll probably be happy to say hi. Hey, bud, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Can you give me a high five? Yeah. You have a hug? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's my good boy. Yeah. 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 That's my good boy. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. All right, buddy. I'll go back out. Come on. Come on. Go back up. Hang out with Mars. What's up, Mars? Go. Good boy. Love you. You go outside. Yeah, man, he really is. He's got the best personality.
Actually, I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, copy that, only C. You're not missing much right now. Yeah, it's going well, man. I pretty much caught up last night and this morning. I've been flat pretty much all week. But literally right after the stream yesterday, let's see, where was it? Right here. I caught this nice short. And then, let's see, last night, I went long down here, caught a long in here. So I've actually had some really nice trades between last night and this morning. And yeah, let me see if I can pull up my P&L, like my trade review so far. So yeah, that's from today, and it's including a couple of these other evals that I have. I just don't have them on my screen because it takes up a lot. No, this is actually all today. So good day. Good day today. Good day yesterday. Pretty much Asia session. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, so I was kind of anticipating a slow week for myself this week, and so I've been taking it super easy, and then I went a little bit hard this morning and kind of made up for the flat week. But I wasn't really anticipating having a big week. I was kind of like, I got to play defense this week, mainly because of contract rollovers. But saw some opportunities, so took them. All right, so this move up, this is kind of what I've been waiting for at least. Probably the only thing I'm looking for right now is a potential short from up here, and this is based on data. So I'm also keeping it in the back of my mind that we could be coming up here and blasting through this as a reversal from this move, overnight and the move yesterday to the downside. Higher time frame still looks bearish to me, but this still looks like it could be a concern. We just didn't expand up quickly, so I'm kind of discounting a bullish bias. So from up here, I might be interested in taking a short around 600 or 620. You haven't been trading much because of work, but next week you'll be morning trading. Nice, man. Yeah, your schedule flips. We bottom yet today? Hogwarts, you talking about like, is this the bottom for today? I mean, so far it's looking pretty bottomy. Looking pretty bottomy. We got big expansion candles coming out of this move right here. But according, to my data, my sheet, which if you guys want to check that out, I've been posting it in here. But just in case you haven't seen it, there it is. So we got our previous day low down here, and that's regular trading hours. So if I'm taking this setup up here, that would be related to S1. My stop would go up here, take profit down here. And then take profit 2 down here. So essentially this could move up. Let me just read the S1, what that looks like actually. So that would be here. Previous day low, prior close broken support, fade short. So that's kind of all the context that I have here. But let's see, 24,438. Short covering drives price toward overnight point of control, 24,610. Previous day low. If previous day low is reclaimed with conviction, squeeze extends. So essentially looking for that previous day low to be a resistance. Hey, good morning, Jan. So this is, let's see, probably not trying to risk a ton. So let me game plan where I'm at real quick, just so I don't make any stupid mistakes and start digging into my profits today. Let's see. I might just be taking it on evaluation accounts. Let's see.
So I think up here, as we hit this, 24,600-ish, kind of have to read what's happening. For me to take this short, I want to start seeing it reject and fall from here. So I might have to give it some time. What I don't want to see is this. I don't want to see that, because we could get an expansion out of this area instead of a rejection. It's okay if we do this and then we start reversing it down here. That's okay. But don't want to see higher highs, higher lows being built in here in particular. So we'll wait till this area gets hit, and then if it looks good, I'll enter short, and then stop will go up here around 24,665-ish. So about a 45 point stop. And then we'll be looking to target here. So 26. So that would be about 80 points. And then down here would be the second TP. So I'm going to wait and see. How are you doing today, Gian? You been trading at all? Grabbed a few ticks. Copy. I did indeed. Yeah, I had a good, a nice trade out of here yesterday after I closed down, and then took a long out of here, and then this morning I caught a lot of nice scalps, and then I caught a long out of here. Yeah. It's been a really good morning. I mean, I got a let's see, where are my stats at? I got an 83% win rate today, which doesn't mean anything. If you don't have a higher average win than loss, or if I guess you can have, it can be pretty even, but you can have a high win rate and still not make money. But this morning been doing well. So I've been keeping things pretty tight and made up for the flat week. Touched the imbalance high and rejected till now. Range from the first 30 to 60 minutes of the trading session. Yeah, that's what I said, initial balance. So that would be from here to up here. Yep. Yeah, so after that breakout of the high of the initial balance range, typically have an above 70% chance that we're going to end green today.
So having that understanding, it might be difficult for me to take that short up here. Man, I'm having a hard time with my chair. I want better posture as I'm sitting here. Like, I find myself always hunched over. It's not good for you. Can't really see the bias for today myself because up there it could just reject. Sellers kick in. Yeah. And this is starting. I mean, I don't know. Starting to look. Let me load some more days so I have a little more context here. You know, I mean, this is looking like that it could be a potential reversal. We're looking at, let me get these stupid colors off of here. Hogwarts, you looking for a dump? I am just a little concerned that we got this, this push up, pull back here. Just if we're looking at this main push right here, this is bullish. I don't know. I suppose I could see this as well. Yep. Had a little absorption down here at 24,523. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. We could potentially see that bounce come up here from right around here. Could definitely see something like this, and then taking out all the trend line. And then I don't know what happens around here. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just playing the scenario game. But, we're driving up on this trend line here and would love to have a move where we can take all that trend line out. Yeah, Iger, I think that's a good point. However, previously here, like when we came up, we didn't create a new high, but we just drove up and broke these highs and created a new one. So I don't know, considering that a possibility that maybe we didn't create a new high, but maybe we're coming back for a pullback and then we're able to create a new high. Yeah, if this comes all the way down here, if we come all the way down here in this move, I think this short would probably be invalidated. Looks like seller's pushing pretty damn hard right now. You'd like to try a long from 24,400. Yeah, down here. 450. Okay, copy that. I mean, I think that could make sense. Definitely looks possible here. We got this low volume note over here too that we're potentially going to be digging into right here. Down here looks pretty attractive. So if we're looking at this profile down up in this area, looks kind of attractive for this price to come down to. My hope was that we were going to come up here before going down here. If we come down here, potentially even here, I might not be trying for this short. Essentially, I would much prefer to see it come up here before going down here, because then this would be an objective for this to launch from, you know, these highs up here. Otherwise, if we come down here, I'm looking at this like this could be a potential start of a bullish move instead of coming up here and failing up here to then, you know, potentially reverse all this long effort. Four, 425. So I have Claude Code right now, and man, just gotta recommend it to anybody that's interested in working with AI stuff. So right now, because I have earlier I was talking about how my title shouldn't be charitable anymore, and I'm not sure why it's showing up as charitable, but I have Claude working on it right now to look at, see if Claude can troubleshoot it. So let's see. And I'm finding it to be infinitely more helpful to have Claude basically be able to go through my files instead of transferring files to ChatGPT and then having it edited, and then I have to bring it back to my local file. Here with Claude Code, it can just edit all the files on its own. All right, we're tapping into this area here where we previously had a setup, and looking like we're having a little bit of a reaction here. Let's see if we get some follow through by the buyers to potentially drive it up and come back up to this area around 24,600. Yeah. Jan, do you use Claude for anything? You got any cool projects you're working on right now? Yeah, you've been creating studies for Sierra Chart. Okay, nice. What do you got cooking for Sierra Chart? Right now, I'm working on Risk Manager, keep me from revenge trading and stop me from making dumb mistakes. Nice. And then working on rolling delta ratio study. What are you thinking there for the rolling delta ratio study? I've got something kind of similar right now that I'm working on, but it's using essentially rolling delta for rolling delta versus price movement. So creating an efficiency, an efficiency formula to see essentially how easily buyers are moving price versus how easily sellers are moving price. And interested to know about the risk manager thing. So what do you got cooking for the risk manager? And I've been down that route. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it, but I've definitely been to the point where I like would go into my settings and change the max daily loss, and so I created a script that I would use that prevented me from doing that. It's crazy the extent we'll go to violate our rules. Right now, it's reading the trade log and coloring the chart, but the plan is to make dynamic based on results of the day. Nice. Okay, cool. So basically, it's creating like a high water mark for you. But it's so I'm curious to know how are you coloring the chart and what is that indicating for you? Okay, I think Cloud might have fixed it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to restart this and then let's see if it's fixed. Let's see. Charitable, reckless, surgical, rapid fire. I got surgical, rapid fire. That's accurate. Reckless. That's accurate. Okay, yeah, I think that's the real title right there. Charitable, reckless, surgical. Charitable shouldn't be there. Charitable should only be there if I hit my goal and then gave up half of my goal and stayed under it. But that's okay. We'll leave it right there. Makes the chart completely red. Okay, that's nice, Jen. Have to step out. Okay, cool, man. Sounds good, Jen. That sounds really cool. Interesting. Would love to chat more about that. Man, these sellers are just kind of pushing through this level. I don't really know what to expect here, but sellers pushing this thing pretty damn hard. Yep, sellers are running the show right now. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have Claude fix this. It should be profitable instead of charitable. I think what's happening is like if I go from hitting my goal to going back to half my goal, charitable like is sticking right now. So let's see if I can fix it. Not me. Let's see if Claude can fix it. Trying to hold that 24,400. Yeah, this area in here is probably going to be a challenge. If it's not a challenge, then these sellers, probably got to increase the aggressiveness that we're assuming these sellers have or are. Charitable and profitable money makers are mutually exclusive. Charitable expressive. All right, let's see. I'll be right back. I'm going to start this again and see if it fixed it. Damn, still didn't fix it. What the hell? Man, looking like a potential start of, buyers starting to get aggressive right here. Bought here, Hogwarts. Copy that. I could see this working out. Just need to see these sellers kind of cut it out right now. They've been pushing extremely hard in here, just kind of bulldozing. And, I think taking a bounce from here makes sense, but, just, you're going to be front running against these bulldozers at the time. So we just don't have confirmation that these sellers are done. I do think this area is good to take a long from. We just got to see these sellers chill out. All right, this music's getting a little wompy. Let me change it up. I'm going to be working on this week creating kind of a graph or a graphical user interface for this. But right now, what this is doing is looking at this area, and it's analyzing the order flow. So I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up if we get a, order flow starts looking good for a long here. Wow, look at that. You weren't lying. Jeez. I was looking at a chart yesterday that was looking at when everything moves. And for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but I think the biggest expansions in crude oil happen between 11 and 12. And I'm not sure if that is based on news cycles for crude, but I thought that was an interesting stat. I'll see if I can pull it up. This guy that I follow on X, that he posts a lot of stats, and like his trading system is based on a lot of stats. So let me see if I can pull it up. Nope, my bad. It's at 1 p.m. But here it is. I'll show you guys. Well, I take it back. My bad. I spit out some incorrect information. This was not based on the expansion. This is based on the profit factor of his strategy, which is based on trying to find expansion candles, but I'm not sure if we can directly correlate that to the amount of expansion points we get. But interesting nonetheless here. Yeah, I agree. Nothing clear for me right now either. Just looking like sellers really kind of took control of this thing, broke all the trend line activity, and then swept everybody out from the trend line, which I was hoping, to catch this basically same trade, but from up here. So here's what it would have looked like. I would enter up here. Let's see, setup 2. First TP right here. Second TP, let's see, setup 2 down here. Wait, sorry, my bad. Setup 1, so TP here. Yeah, and then I would have taken profit here for the second one. So I don't know. Now I feel like this short is probably invalidated since we came down here first. Yeah, I was looking at it. It's a rocket, man. Hogwarts through a pick in Discord. Let me check it out. I think we could go lower. Oh, Krupp, sorry, I'm just seeing your picture as well. What are you seeing here? Hogwarts. Let's see, through pick in Discord. Sorry, not sure what I'm looking there. Are you looking at call volume and put volume? Your chart shows a $5 drop on crude? Huh. Wonder what's up with that. One of us has bad data. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Mine says it's up to date. Oh, okay, copy. Okay, Hogwarts, that changes per second for you, but I'm talking about jumping off the red dotted gamma exposure or bottom of Bollinger's or that green supply zone. So you're trying to take a long? I wonder why that happened, Frozzy. You just saw a 5-point spike to the downside. Still there, ticking around 96.8. Weird. Are you? Let me see. If it makes any difference, I'm on the May contract. Okay, cool. All right, seeing a little response from buyers right here. Crossing over this level. Right now, we're still pretty heavy on the cumulative volume delta side. We're at negative 9.7K. So I was hoping we could get up here, be closer to that zero line to take a short. We'd have some more confluence to take this. Right now, not interested in taking a long from here because we are so negative. These guys push pretty damn hard. Now I'm just kind of thinking, do we pull back to, potentially point of control, maybe VWAP up here, and then see a continuation of the short side? So we saw buyers respond out of here, but then they didn't make a lot of progress up here. And if they start making some progress up here, then maybe would consider a short from up here, but I'm not sure. Not feeling great about this big grind down and then not continuing down here, getting a little bit of a bounce here. I'm still a little uncertain on where this is going to end up after this bounce and who's actually in control here. Looking more bearish to me than bullish right now. Let's take a look at the higher time frame. Yeah, this looks like a bearish candle. We might have maybe in the next hourly candle, which is coming up noon. If we're not just consolidating, could see a potential continuation. Where we open, get a small move to the upside and then potentially short, to take out the low of the day. But let's see. Frozzy F35 shot. Sorry, what do you mean by that? Copy that. Yeah, that is interesting.
Hey, cause I can't do shit right, I can't let my lesson. I can't do shit right, take antidepressants. Illness and welfare robbed my adolescence. My friends probably hate me, can't answer a message. Filled with anxiety, always be hiding me. Feeling inadequate's always what's driving me. Not
I see F-35 struck by what was believed to be Iranian fire.
they'd be finding me. Paranoid about my privacy, yeah.
F-35 made emergency landing at U.S. Air Base. Okay, so it survived.
Broke with me the other day. Got a lot of bad shit that I'm taking to my grave. Got a fucking date with death on house arrest till trial days. So I grab the red wine on rainy days and then I pour it. Cause I'll age another fucking 1,000 days before I know it. Yeah, I spend them all inside. Waste my time.
This move's starting to look a little bullish right now.
Cause I'm agoraphobic.
Yep, appreciate that, Frazi. I've been thinking about potentially subscribing to Financial Juice, just because the market's been so dependent on news events. So I might subscribe to it right now with like a free account. If you go on Financial Juice, I think you have like a 5-second delay or something on the news, which is not that big of a deal. If you have a free account, but if you have the paid account, you can get voice news, which would probably be helpful. And I can just not have to look at this thing. But damn, that move on crude. Oh my God. So is your price right here, Frazi? Is this what it looked like before? I'm curious to know what you were actually seeing, if you were seeing into the future. Might be interested in taking a little long here. Let's see.
Farewell, sweet cookie cats. I'll always remember the time we spent together.
I'm just gonna leave that running. I liked that immediate rebalance and then coming right back to where we launched off from. I'm just gonna leave that.
Hush now.
BRB. I'm gonna see if Claude did what it was supposed to do. Damn. Okay. I was watching this interview with a guy that I forgot what the hell he called it, but he called it something to the effect of like hack trades or something. He had an insider that he was close with, and the insider would tell him where the price of whatever he was trading. I think he was trading indices, but it would happen in particular stocks as well. He would trade, and essentially he would know where the price was going to be at a specific time, and it would usually be by the end of the day. So essentially he wouldn't know how it was going to get there, but the guy would say, basically at the end, look by the end of today, let's say at 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., and if he was on the NASDAQ, he would say at 4 p.m. the price is going to be at 24,700. And so the guy would basically just, as it gets closer to 4 p.m., he would just start loading up his positions. And obviously, whatever they were doing was not legit, but he did this for years apparently. I'll have to find that interview and share it with you guys. It was really interesting. So this guy was not a legit trader. He was essentially like some sort of inside trader that made tons and tons of money doing this shit. But I thought it was interesting. I wish we had one of those guys. I mean, can you even imagine? Holy shit. Yeah, struggling here. I'm wondering if this was, a pullback and then we're going to get that continuation short. Take a look at the higher time frame. Two indecision candles in a row right here. On the hourly at least. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Four-hour looks bearish. One thing I'm a little concerned about is, let's say we're digging into this gap we got here, right? We're digging into this gap. Could potentially come up here if we're closing outside of up here. We got 2 more hours for this 4-hour candle close, so we got some time, but that's what I would kind of be concerned about, is that we're right in an important higher time frame level or zone. And if we close outside of this zone on this 4-hour candle, then I might be worried that we're coming back up here. Boom, fixed it. All right.
I can't see her again?
That's the way it has to be.
Time for a snack. What you eating? Leftover pizza? Probably time for me to start thinking about a snack. Man, I'll tell you what, price action's been a little bit boring. I was kind of hoping we were going to shake things up after yesterday's big move and have some nice moves. I mean, you can see that short continuation, this, pre-market. I mean, that's pretty exciting. We have directional intention that's pretty obvious. But then after the open, looked like we could potentially be reversing it, but instead we're just consolidating right here. So not as exciting as I had hoped for price action to be today. A little bit grindy. Sounds like we got a lot of news coming in. I guess Trump was probably just speaking, and I obviously didn't watch it, but looks like we got a lot of conversations happening between the United States and Asia, Japan and China, looking like, let me see, Japan, somewhat tense relationship. So talking about Japan and China having a tense relationship, but Japan supporting the United States. Let's see, Japan said something along the lines of Trump is the only person that can create world peace. And then, a lot of talks about oil. U.S. won't ban oil. Let me see. Let me just get this up here. We're going to China quickly. EU's oil coordination group found security of oil supply is stable. U.S. won't ban oil and gasoline exports. Trump, Japan, China, and Europe get oil through the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know, just a lot of conversations happening. Or, Trump said a lot of things today. So aside from that, the market, the oil, crude oil, taking a nice launch off here, but NQ's remaining pretty stagnant in here, unfortunately. Trump on Iran, it's close to demolished. Only thing is the Strait. U.S. 30-year fixed rate mortgage averages 6.22% in March, highest since December 11th, 2025. I don't know. Regardless, just was hoping we'd kind of be able to break out of some of this down move that we had, but to me, it's looking like buyers are unable to do that. Higher time frame looks bearish as well. So let's see. We got 12 o'clock. We have the 1 hour candle at 12 that opened. It's looking bearish still. Looking like we could potentially take these lows over here at 24, 330. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be expecting too much here. The setups that I had, short from here. Let's see, what is that? S3. So hit this take profit, wasn't able to get all the way down here. So this short setup played out. This long setup, S2, TP1, I hit TP1, was not able to hit TP2. So both of these played out already here. We haven't tapped into this yet. So this would be the only one, at least based on my data, that I would want to take. But after coming back down and hitting these areas again, instead of coming up here first, I don't know if I want to take that short again, because if we get up here, I might be thinking we could be reversing these shorts. So there might not be much left for me today. I'm not sure. I'll stick around here for just a minute and then see, but I might close it up early. See if anything happens out of this area right here. I got this crude oil trade on long here, and I might just let this run. One thing I did notice about this is I was looking at this drive up right here that we had. I mean, we did stop here and start coming back up, but was definitely looking at a couple of these drives up and thinking that it could potentially be possible we come for a deeper pullback in here. But for now, I like it. Do have some decreasing volume in here. Not a terribly huge fan of that. Would love to see this, instead of dying off up here, increasing in volume. Hey, thanks for the follow, Lord Peppet, and welcome. Man, looking back at this week, yeah, I mean, it's just lots of consolidation, during the morning to, mid part of the session. I mean, Monday was terrible, just consolidation all day. Tuesday, I had a couple of short moves here, and then we just consolidated the rest of the day. Yesterday, obviously, had some nice moves, but looking in between here, after we bounced, lots of consolidation in here, and then we started kind of sinking short, did a fake bullish move, and then continued short. Lots of consolidation, but I would say this price action is pretty damn good. Yesterday was pretty damn good. Today, pre-market was good, but after we opened, not so good. A couple of good moves, but beyond that, it's kind of all over the place. Just kind of zigzagging all over the point of control here. So, we might have a balanced day today. Wanted to see if this range area between 438 and 530 to 560, is that where we are right now? Let's see. And 560. Yeah, I would say it. We got it pretty spot on with this data. It's between 438 and 530 to 560. Yeah, pretty damn good for a range day. Fade extremes of 438 to 560. Yeah. Reduce size significantly. Stand down entirely if range compresses to sub 50 points. I think we're still safe on that. Price rallies to previous day low, 416 in traps. Unemployment claims spike, massive absorption prints at bid, Price reclaims above 530. Yeah, I think we're just ranging right now, and I just wanted to check and see how my sheet was calling it right now. All right, guys, I think I'm going to close it up. I don't know if I'm going to see anything for the rest of the day. If anything, maybe a potentially short up here. Let's see. I'm going to go over my trades real quick for you guys. Obviously had a nice day today. Slash this morning and last night. All right. Took a lot of trades on a lot of different accounts today, and had a good day here, and this is in Mountain Time, so this is the open right here. Took some big losses here, you can see, but 83% win rate, profit factor of 5. So that's really good. Win rate was really good. Average win decent versus average loss. These 3 losses were pretty big. So could have prevented that from happening, but it's kind of par for the course for me, taking those opening trades and taking some losses. But anyway, I think I'm going to close it up. I don't know if I anticipate taking anything else today, really. I only had this one setup that hasn't been reached yet, and if it does get reached, I'm a little concerned that the targets that this has set out, so the targets right here was, let's see, right here for one target, and right here for another. It's kind of right in the middle of this range and at the bottom of the range. Maybe it could be considered like a range scalp, but I don't like that we've been messing around in here. It makes it a little less likely that I would say these targets get hit after breaking out of this structure. So we'll see. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys stayed safe today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Thanks, Iger. Appreciate it, brother. See you tomorrow, man. Did you hold on, just real quick before I go, did you hold on to your profits today? Fuck yeah. Nice work, man. Good job, dude. All right, brother. I'll catch you later. Have a good rest of the afternoon. Don't waste that money, man. Hold on to it. Put it in your pocket and lock it. You bet. Peace.